morning. Happy Tuesday. I just made some coffee. I'm bringing another factor meal today, so lunch was pretty easy. I went with the ginger teriyaki salmon. Today I actually tried my first factor meal yesterday. It was the Smoky Gouda mac and shredded beef, I think it was, and then it had green beans on the side, and honestly I was pleasantly surprised. The green beans still had kind of like a crunch to them, like I feel like they were cooked well, and then the macaroni and the shredded beef I thought were really good. I thought the taste was good. It was really creamy. It tasted just like a barbecue kind of meal. It was very smoky, as if you were to get like a brisket or pulled meat and mac and cheese at a barbecue restaurant. That's like what the flavors were like. It was just like a very smoky vibe. Thought the cheese or the macaroni and stuff was nice and creamy, cheesy, and honestly I was just pleasantly surprised. I liked it more than I thought that I would. I had pretty low expectations, not gonna lie, so it was good. I will give you guys my full factor review once I've had all 4 of the meals, but I'm gonna bring the salmon today and we'll see if that's any good. But I'm getting ready to head out the door. I'm just wearing like a little white button down today and some pants. I want it to be just comfy, easy, throw something on. So that's what is going on. I think I might go for a walk with a friend later. I need to text her to just like keep me posted on her timing and stuff after work. I hope she didn't forget. You know how sometimes if you don't confirm the plans, so we'll see. I'm in my car on my lunch break. I wanted to give you guys a quick factor review, so I came to the car and I am regretting it because it is hot. I'm pretty sure in one of my last videos I even said that there was a crisp in the air. That's gone. It is full on summer. I don't know if it was where I parked and there was sun beating on it all morning or what, but it is so hot out. I have the air blasting on me and it doesn't even feel like enough. So hopefully you guys can hear me okay. But I heated up my factor meal and brought it out here to give you guys a try. So I'm excited. This is the ginger teriyaki salmon. Ooh, it is still so hot. And I'm excited to try it. Oh my god, I think it's gonna be too hot to even eat. Here, I'm gonna try and show you guys as best I can is what it looks like. Ow, ow, burning my fingers. Okay. I don't think I've ever had salmon like this. I know that they're not frozen meals, but I don't think I've ever had, I don't know, just like a microwavable salmon meal like this. Like maybe I've had leftover salmon before, but a little nervous, kind of curious. A little fishy. Not a great aftertaste. Also comes with this forbidden rice. The rice is good. It kind of tastes, I don't know. I need another bite. Let's see. It's good. It doesn't have a ton of flavor. I could definitely use some more salt. Has like a subtle garlic flavor, and then it did come with a sauce, so I poured the sauce over it, and so obviously the rice tastes like that. It also came with some green beans. Factor's green beans are really good. Same as, not the same as yesterday, but same as yesterday. Texture wise, that they still have a good crunch to them. Less flavor than yesterday's did. It looks like they just have like some sesame seeds on them. Ow, I literally can't even hold this. All right, let's try another piece of the salmon. My phone overheated. I feel like that's how you know it's way too hot, but here's what I ate of the meal. I feel like how much I eat is a direct correlation with how much I liked it. So it was pretty good, honestly, kind of better than I was expecting. Again, sorry Factor, I feel like my expectations were just pretty low, but the rice was good. I'm a big rice girl, so I knew I could count on that. The cabbage was fine. I didn't feel like it added too much. Green beans, once again, texture was good. I just didn't find them to have as much flavor as yesterday's. And then the salmon was okay, like I mentioned, just a little fishy on the aftertaste, which some people might not mind. I'm just pretty particular. And then the sauce I liked also. Honestly, it was nice that that was an option to pour over. Helped. I don't feel like it was dry or anything at all. So overall, for a microwavable salmon meal, it was pretty good, especially just flavor profile and stuff wise, but I probably would not order this one again, just knowing that it is a little bit fishy. But I still recommend it if you really love salmon or something. I do still think it's a good meal. Got home from work, threw on my little Amazon workout set. I will give you guys a better look if you haven't seen it, but it's from Amazon. Every time I wear it, I mention that I love it, and then I have it linked down below. But I'm just waiting for my friend to get here. It's only like 5:30. But got home from work, we are just going to go on a little walk, catch up. I feel like it's such a nice low-key way to catch up with a friend and get some movement in, and I think it'll be really nice. So we're gonna do that. We ended up just meeting at our house, or deciding to meet at our place because it's kind of in between where she was coming from and where I was coming from. So we will see if this works for us. Maybe we'll keep doing it. Last time I walked with this friend, she was like at a different job, so our schedules have changed a little bit. But here's what the set looks like. It's like a really pretty, there you go, blue color and Lululemon dupe. I'll have it linked. Good morning, happy Wednesday. Let's go to Orange Theory. I'm back from Orange Theory. I just got a little bit ready. Honestly, I don't think that this is the most flattering shirt color, especially since I am so pale right now, but we're rolling with it. I'm making some hash browns in the air fryer, if you can hear that, just the ones from Trader Joe's, and I'm gonna make some eggs and then eat that quickly, make some coffee, pack up my stuff, and head out. I actually have something different kind of that I have to do in the morning, so then I think I'm gonna be able to stop home around lunchtime and I will eat my Factor meal here, let you guys know how it is, and then I will head to the office for the afternoon. So might be a nice little change of pace today. I think it'll help break up my day a little bit, but that's the plan. I'll show you guys breakfast when it is ready. Here is today's Factor meal. I just put it into a real bowl. I stopped home for lunch. It's the cilantro chicken with rice, beans, and spicy corn. So looks pretty good. Honestly, it smells pretty good. So I'll let you guys know how it tastes. I'm heading back to the office. I had lunch. Honestly, that was probably my favorite Factor meal that I've had so far. I just really liked the flavors. I might be a little biased because I do love a Mexican-inspired kind of meal. There was definitely a lot of cilantro lime flavor going on, but I really liked the spicy corn mix that it came with. It was like a street corn, which was really good. The chicken was tender. It came with a little cilantro sauce on the side to put on top, which was good, and I just really liked it. Honestly, I will say their packaging I feel like is a little bit hard, like the film, the plastic film that goes on top. I've kind of struggled to remove all 3 of the meals, but this one too, the sauce was also hard to open, so I was just very glad to be home. I was able to, one, actually plate it on a real plate, which I feel like makes everything taste a little bit better, and then I'm just glad that I was home to deal with that sauce, because doing that in my car or at work would have been just a sight to see. Also, the sauce, it wasn't like an easy pour over sauce. It almost seemed like it was a little bit frozen. I don't know if that's how it came, because I just put the meals directly into the fridge from their box, or if our fridge is a little cold, but I couldn't just like puncture the sauce and pour it over. I had to actually try and get it open so that I could scoop it out. But other than the plastic being annoying, I did really like that meal. Like I said, I thought the flavors and everything were really good. It was the, I think it's just called cilantro chicken, and then it was with rice, beans, and the corn. So I would definitely recommend that one. Oh, I also liked it because I'm not the biggest tomato person, so if they were gonna do a Mexican dish with like a tomato salsa or something like that, I prefer my tomatoes in a salad or a pico, kind of like cold, if that makes sense. I don't love a chunky pasta sauce. I wouldn't have loved tomatoes in a meal like that where I have to reheat. So I just really appreciated that they had like a Mexican style dish that didn't have a tomato sauce or salsa or stuff like that. So I don't know, I really liked it. I would recommend that one for sure. The chicken portion was maybe a little small. I feel like it probably was like 4 ounces or so, and if I was eating chicken on my own, I would eat more than that. So just something to keep in mind, but flavor wise, I thought it was really good. Hello, it's Thursday. I don't think I've talked to you guys yet today. I'm trying to think back to this morning. I don't think so, whatever. Anyway, it's Thursday. I'm heading home. I honestly feel like I have no thoughts happening in my brain right now. I did have my 4th and final factor meal of the week for lunch today, and I liked it. I think I liked the chicken meals the best. It was a garlic cream cavatappi with chicken and broccoli, and I thought it was good. The broccoli was the veggie on the side. It was actually, I feel like this meal would have been good to plate at home because the broccoli was kind of sitting in its juices, just like the water or whatever from microwaving it. Kind of just tasted like steamed broccoli, but it was good. It wasn't too mushy or anything, which I liked. And then the pasta was good. Honestly, the corn didn't really add much, especially yesterday's Mexican street corn kind of thing. I feel like the corn today just didn't add much, but I like corn, so I didn't mind it being there. And then the garlic cream sauce was good. Definitely garlic in that sauce. You need mince or gum or something after that one, but it was really good compared to, I actually might have liked the beef pasta dish that I had earlier in the week a little bit better. That pasta was, or that sauce was definitely like a gooier, cheesier, more mac and cheese kind of sauce. This one was just like a thinner cream sauce, very garlicky, like I mentioned, but reminded me a little bit more of an Alfredo or something. And then the chicken was, I think, shredded, just kind of incorporated into the pasta. I did really like it. I will say that one felt like it had the least amount of protein. I thought I chose all high protein options from Factor because you can kind of filter high protein, keto, low calorie, whatever you're looking for, and it still might have been high protein because I know it doesn't have to just come from the chicken, but it just felt like a small portion of chicken, which I didn't mind. I think it's just kind of important to note, but I really liked, actually, I don't know, I can't decide. I really liked both of the pasta dishes. I also have just been into bringing pasta for lunch. It feels like a very safe option. Who doesn't love a creamy, cheesy pasta? So not mad that I ate that twice this week, but I thought it was good, honestly. I would recommend it. I ate the whole thing. Once again, that is saying a lot, but enough about my factor meals. I'll probably sit down tomorrow or whenever I end off this video and just give kind of my final recap and thoughts and all of that. But right now I am getting kind of close to home. Sorry about this lighting per usual when I'm driving, but I think Jacob and I are gonna go on a little walk. He asked if I wanted to go on an ice cream walk. We really have only one option to be able to walk and get ice cream somewhere. So I think we're gonna do that, unless I guess we wanted to go to the grocery store or something. But I think we're gonna walk and grab some Ritas and do that before we head home for dinners and shower. We're doing desserts before dinner today, but I'm excited. I think that'll be really nice. I feel like walks are so nice with your spouse because we normally don't bring our phones, and I feel like it's just a good way to catch up and talk about your day. So anyway, that is what's going on for the night. I wanted to hop in before ending off this video to give my final thoughts on Factor. Overall, I'm very glad that I tried these meals. I was so influenced. I don't know if it's just the people that I watch or what, but over the past year or two, I feel like I've been seeing so much about Factor. Also, shout out to their marketing team because you guys got me. I finally caved. I bought the meals. I wanted to see if they were as good as everybody said, and overall I really liked them. I'm glad that I tried them, and I'd honestly recommend them to certain people, but for me probably not going to be something that I continue and keep up with. But I made a little pros and cons list. Nothing crazy, but let's start with the cons. The biggest con for me is definitely the price. I did find it to be kind of expensive, or it was going to end up being more expensive, I should say. I'll pop it up here on the screen, but I did the 4-meal box. I spent $40.77 for 4 meals, which I feel like is pretty good, but my next order total would have been $75.95, so going up pretty much 50%, and I just personally don't think it's worth $75, but it depends what you're looking for. I feel like I do a pretty good job at packing lunch because I do pack my lunch and try to save money, so I bring my lunch probably 3, if not 4 or 5 times a week. So I might be eating out for 1 or 2, even 3 lunches sometimes during the week, but it's still not getting to that $75. I also know that there are places that I can go that I can get a meal under 15 bucks. I have my places that I know it's going to be like 20 bucks or more expensive, and I have places I know that I can get something for even $10. So for me, I do not think the price is worth it, but if money is not an issue for you, it's definitely something I think worth checking out. But that's the biggest reason why I'm not going to keep up with it, just because a lot of the times the things that I'm packing for lunch too are pretty simple, with rice and pastas and just things like that that can be a little bit cheaper, and then it's meals that, or it's meats that maybe we get in bulk from Costco or just already have on our grocery list that we've kind of budgeted in. So I do think the price is a little bit high, but once again, if it's something that you're able to make work and that's not a concern, I do then think it might be worth it. And then the other thing for cons that I think it's worth noting is the portion size. I feel like for me, it was totally fine. I was full or very satisfied by the end of the meal, but I do feel like Jacob or maybe other guys, even some women, I feel like maybe wouldn't be totally full with the meal, but I know that they're not frozen meals. But if you go to the store and you're looking for like a frozen meal, or you go to Trader Joe's or something like that, a pre-packaged meal, I feel like you kind of know the size to expect. So even though it was less than I probably would make or pack for myself, I do think it was still a little small, but a decent size. I think it's just something worth noting. But once again, if portion control is something that you're looking for, it's a great option because literally everything comes perfectly portioned and things like that. So just another thing to keep in mind. And then for the pros, I would say convenience. I mean, it was so convenient to just grab one of those from the fridge, peel it back, and pop it in the microwave for 2 minutes. Kind of funny. I know it's just a marketing tactic or just like easy to say. I don't think any of them heated up in just 2 minutes. Some of them were, I think, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Some of them were 2 minutes, and then you put it back in for another like 90 seconds or so. It just kind of depends, but they are very, very convenient. I will give it that. It comes just straight to your door, gets shipped in an ice like insulated box, and they were great. Also, I got the box on a Sunday, and I ate the meals Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so pretty much as fresh as they get. So just once again, another thing to keep in mind. These are obviously all just my opinions and my experience with these meals, but just so that you guys know. Another pro I would say is that they are fresh and never frozen. It did not taste like a frozen meal. Obviously it wasn't, but it did not taste like that at all. I was very pleasantly surprised with the freshness of the meals. Honestly, none of the meat really gave me like an ick or anything. I know I talked a bunch about the green beans and how they were just the perfect texture. I feel like they were not mushy. They still had a good crunch to them. And so I really do feel like you can taste or get the freshness out of the meals. So I did really like that. And then last thing overall is just taste. I do think that they tasted pretty good. I was very pleasantly surprised about the taste, honestly. Not that I like should have been, because all of the reviews and stuff I've seen have said that they tasted good, but once again, you never really know until you're trying something for yourself. So I was pleasantly surprised by the taste. They all had really good flavor and stuff like that. Definitely more elevated than you can get in some other microwavable meals or whatever you want to call them. Another pro I wanted to mention is all of the variety and options that they offer. I really do feel like there's something for everybody, and they have keto, low calorie, low carb, high protein, vegetarian, all of the different dietary preferences or restrictions that you might be looking for. So I feel like that is nice. They even have options where you can pay a little bit more to get more premium, more expensive meats. I know they have filet, stuff like that. Obviously, I did not give those a try because once again, your girl's balling on a budget, but I do think it's great that they have all of those options, and I do feel like everybody would be able to find meals that they like week after week. I'm not sure exactly how they rotate and how often they have the same meals, but there were plenty of options. But overall, I would recommend Factor if it's something that you've been interested and curious about like I was. And let me know what you think if you do give it a shot. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye.